Welcome back, guys, to my weekly Monday live Q&A. And I am so excited, guys. This is honestly, I love just hopping on, answering all of your questions in terms of just gut health, nutrition, you name it. So if you guys are just hopping on, I want to know where you guys are from, your name is, all of your questions. Start throwing them over in the chat box, as well as I'm going to be covering a topic on top of answering all of your guys' questions. So you guys know every single week, I love to make this an open Q&A, but at the same time, I want to provide more education for you guys and share just everything that I've learned, everything that I implement with me, my clients. And I like to bring you guys a topic on top of answering all of your guys' questions. That way, if you guys don't have any questions, you can just come, listen, and learn. So before we get started, today we are going to be talking about the missing link when it comes to fat loss, why you may have worked with other coaches or started off on a caloric deficit, stop seeing results, and then you don't know what to do. So today I'm going to be taking you guys through, as I'm going through the missing link when it comes to fat loss, 5 things to implement, as well as I'm going to be answering all of your guys' questions too. So as you hop on, if you have any questions, gut related, any of that, throw them here on my YouTube, right in the chat box, and I will get to you guys. And happy Monday. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hi, Ladybubs. You said how to make sure trace mineral absorption is not getting interrupted. So I would say, Ladybug, you could do hair mineral analysis. So hair mineral analysis is a great way to check your magnesium, your potassium, all of your levels. There's the companies that do it online. That way you can see where you're missing in terms of your minerals in your body, correct those imbalances, but keep track of it. So hair mineral analysis is amazing. And welcome to my live from Massachusetts. I love it. So if you guys are hopping on, put your questions, let me know where you're from. I'm going to start off and I'm going to take us through today the missing link when it comes to fat loss. So let's get started. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Hey guys, so let's do this. So when it comes to fat loss, one thing that I see with my clients, so we're going to start it off taking it more towards a perspective of what typically people do. So when you're going for fat loss, I would say the number one thing that is a no-no is taking your calories too low too fast. A lot of the times when we start off on a fat loss phase and we maybe start off with a coach, or we just go right into it, we're like, okay, we want to lose weight. We initially just go straight to a 1200 or low calorie diet. We cut them super fast and we throw in cardio. What happens? Your body adapts very fast, okay? So your hormones, your ghrelin and leptin levels, the longer you're on a caloric deficit, those start shifting, okay? Your ghrelin is your hunger hormone. Your leptin is your satiety hormone. The longer you're on fat loss, you'll realize you're not as satisfied, you're hungrier. You're hungrier and not as satisfied after your meals. It's because your hormones start shifting. Also, what happens is your metabolism, you may lose weight in the beginning, but your metabolism, it adapts fast, okay? So it adapts, you stop losing weight, your, ghrelin levels, your leptin levels are changing. And then since you started on such a big deficit, where are you going to go from there? So long-term, your weight loss is not going to be sustainable because you're starting off on a very, very low calories already. Your hormones, your body, everything adapts to it. And then the only place to go there is what? To go under 1,000 calories, to add more cardio in, to do 2 hours a day. If you cannot look at the diet that you are currently doing or look at the lifestyle that you're doing and you don't see yourself doing it 6 months to a year from now, I ask all my clients this, then it is not going to be sustainable, and neither are your results. So number one, the missing link when it comes to fat loss, the first tip is look at your calories. Don't go too low too fast. And if you get with a coach that just takes you to a 1,200 calorie fast, red flag, red flag. Start off with a small deficit. You could start off with like a track your macros for a good week. Find how much macros you're consuming over that course of the week, get your average, and start off on a small deficit, like, 200 calories, maybe 100, 200 calories a day with a small amount of cardio or a step goal. That way it's sustainable. You can start seeing your results. And as your metabolism adapts, you can make a change. So first tip, track your macros, find your baseline, start off with a small deficit, add a little bit of cardio in, and adjust from there. Don't go too hard, too fast. We're going to go into the second tip in a second, but I want to take a second. Welcome everyone to my Monday Night Live. If you guys are hopping on, I want you to let me know your name, where you're from. If you have any questions for me, I love this stuff. Also, I'm answering today is the missing links when it comes to fat loss. So as you're throwing your questions here, I'm also going to be answering all of your questions. And if you guys know a friend, a family member, anybody that this would benefit, what I want you to do is I want you to click that share button. And I want you to share this with a friend. I want you to invite them. I want to build such an incredible community here. So we are going to be going into my second tip. So my second tip, this is the missing link, how to overcome fat loss plateaus. We're going to be looking at our cardio and our training. And a big thing that a lot of clients come to me is, number one, we talked about is calories too low, too fast. Okay. Number two is a lot of clients come to me and they're doing excessive amounts of cardio. And I was the same way. But what you have to understand is that you can do too much. HIIT cardio is not meant to do HIIT 5 days a week. If you're really, really looking to have long-term sustainable results, you want to maximize your training when it comes to strength training. The more lean muscle mass you have on your physique, the higher your metabolism is going to be, the less fat mass you are going to have. And then as you're getting older, especially for my females hitting more toward menopause, as your skeletal muscle mass goes down, your estrogen, progesterone start changing, your body is not holding on to that muscle like it used to. Also, your hydrochloric acid, your stomach acid, what denatures the protein, could be low. So what happens is we want to make sure that if we're on a fat loss phase, that we are prioritizing our strength training to put on the lean muscle mass to help with our body's insulin response, metabolism, body recomposition effects. So what I do with my clients is I look at everything when I get them. I see, how much cardio they're doing, where their training is, how long they've been on low calories, all of that. And then what I do is I customize everything to them. So what I say is at least around 3 days a week of strength training and bringing down that cardio. If you're doing HIIT cardio, high intensity, an hour a day or 5 days a week, that is going to be producing a lot of cortisol. So if you're on a fat loss phase, you're already putting your body into a state of stress because you're lower calories. And then if you're just doing excessive cardio, that's another form of stress. The longer you're on the deficit, other things add up that I'm going to address, like our sleep, all of that. And those are just multiple stressors. And then if you all on top of that are going through a lot of stress with life, that right there is going to affect your body's hormones in terms of losing weight. So look at your training. Doing too much cardio isn't always the best thing. I like to focus on periodization, strength progressions with my clients. I have them follow a routine, focus on increasing the weight. I create the whole routine to their body, unilateral movements to maximize it. And then I make a daily step goal for them because you know what? That's a great way to move our body, get our insulin response there, but not overstimulate our cortisol. And then I throw cardio in as needed with our calories as we adjust those based off of how our body is progressing. So my second tip for you guys is look at your training. You can do too much when it comes to cardio. It's about finding the right balance. If you're not going to do 2 hours of cardio with low calories, years from now, it ain't sustainable. So I I want to welcome everyone before we go into tip number 3. If you are just hopping on, I want to know who you guys are. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're from. Let me know any questions that you have in terms of gut health, training, nutrition, whatever it is. I know we got some people here, so don't be shy. Let me know. And Liz, if you have any other questions, let me know. Send them over. We're going to be going into my 3rd tip. So my 3rd tip is going to be, you are going into fat loss when you are not ready. What do I mean by this? If you have been on a caloric deficit, low calories, low fat diets, just to a point where you've been trying and pushing your body in that state of stress for a long period of time, it is not your time to cut probably. It is time to take your health back. And in taking your health back, you're going to get to your body recomposition goals. And this is what I mean by that. Say, for example, a client comes to me. I get these all the time. I work with a lot of clients that I do reverse dieting. So a client comes to me. They've been on fat loss for 2 years. They've done low carb. They've done low calorie, excessive amounts of cardio. They're at 1,200 calories. They can't lose weight. They have no energy. They're retaining water. They're not sleeping good. They feel like poop. And they may even have lost their period. Your body is not going to respond. I will not take my client on lower calories and when their body's already in a state of, stress and not health. So what I do is typically a reverse diet with my clients. So number 1, the amount of time that you spend in a fat loss phase, you should be spending in that time, nourishing your body and giving it good health. If you've been on diet and diets your whole life, it is time to prioritize your health, your food, your training, and in that way your body will respond. So what I do with my clients on a reverse diet, first off, I told you, I look at their food, I look at their training, their cardio, but I also look at their stress, their sleep, and all that I'm going to hit in a second. And what I do is I slowly taper down their cardio. I make changes, implement changes with the foods that they're eating. I create their macros specific to their metabolism to make sure we're getting in the right amount of protein, carbs, and fats that we need for hormone production, stabilizing insulin levels, TCK, all of that. And what happens when I bring these together, my clients start getting hungrier, feeling stronger in the gym, hitting PRs. And if we start looking at those pictures, because I have them tracked pictures, you will see they're having that body recomposition effect to where they're losing fat, they're building muscle, and at the same time, their metabolism's going up, they're getting hungrier, we're able to add in more food. I have people get their periods back because we get a certain amount of omega-3s. I make sure we're supporting our hormones for those clients as well through certain foods. But the big part of it is structuring. If you've been on a caloric deficit for very long and maybe your time to reverse diet, I have a ton of videos here on reverse dieting, intermittent fasting, fat loss, all of that. And they're each in their own playlist. If you go to my page, you can check them out and you could always put DM, question, any of that. And then I do work with clients if you guys ever do want someone to work with, and you could just email me and I'll put my email in the description. But whole point, if you're on negative calories for a long period of time, you may need to take a time to do a reverse diet, focus on your sleep, your stress, getting your hormones on track, having your macronutrients, building that up. And then, 6 months to a year from now, then take it into that fat loss. But that doesn't mean that during those 6 months, that year, that's a waste. You are building lean muscle mass. You're probably having body recomposition effects, and you're building that physique, losing fat, and getting your health to a place. Because with anything, with getting long-term results, you have to look at your overall health. And if your hormones aren't in place and you're running yourself down, even if you get to your goal, you're not going to feel good. And I don't want that. I want my clients to have a good relationship with food and find balance and feel their best self for the rest of their life. Because I work with clients from 20s up into their 70s. So I want to support their body for longevity. So we're going to be going into 4. But before I hit 4, I want to see, do you guys have any questions for me? I know we got a few people hopping on. Let me know where you guys are coming from, what your name is. We are doing my weekly live Q&A. I save all of these for you guys. So I'm going to be saving it in the Q&A section. We're also discussing tonight, we are going through 5 keys to overcoming plateaus, getting long-term results when it comes to fat loss, okay? So if you got questions, throw them up there. Also, if you guys have not checked out, I put up a new YouTube yesterday, my perfect breakfast smoothie. And if you guys are looking for just something easy you could do in the morning to help set you up for success, check out this video, okay? It is my breakfast smoothie, whatever. It's on my YouTube, and it's my breakfast smoothie and how to create the perfect breakfast. And I took you through and talked about every step of how to create the perfect balance breakfast to stabilize blood sugar levels, key nutrients in there for gut health, hormones, all of that. The smoothie is incredible, so check it out. And then Wednesday, I have a new workout for you guys. It is a cable-only arm workout to sculpt your arms, and it's all follow-along cues and instructions. If you guys are looking for good workouts, I got a whole playlist for you guys, and I even separate them into shoulders, arms, all of that for you guys. And then Sunday, I got something epic, and I'm not going to tell you yet, but it is nutrition related. You are going to love it, and I can't wait to share it with you. So if you got questions, let it go. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm going to be going into number 4 now, and we are going to be talking about implementing diet breaks and refeeds. So this is kind of a big one. So like I talked about, the longer you are on fat loss, your body adapts. And if you have stressors and other things going on, everyone's body is different. So every week when I check in with my clients, I see, I look at their pictures, I look at their stress, their sleep, all of it, how we're feeling, energy. Over the course of time, you'll notice around, 6, 8, maybe 12 weeks, the deeper you are into the cut and the leaner you get, I like to implement diet breaks and refeeds with my clients. The reason for this is diet adherence. I have seen tremendous difference as well as energy in the gym, keeping our lean muscle mass during our cut. So the diet adherence, keeping the lean muscle mass as well as the energy. And those are huge. I throw in 1 to 2 day diet breaks and sometimes even 1 to 2 day refeeds and sometimes 1 to 2 week diet breaks or even longer with my clients. If I notice, maybe our energy is going down in the gym. This is a way to restore our glycogen storage so that they're able to have the energy to push it in the gym. So we're able to keep lifting the heavy weight and keep the lean muscle mass on the cut. So if you are on a deficit and you start to lower your weight in the gym, or you don't have a lot of energy in the gym and you start losing your strength in the gym, that's when you lose your lean muscle mass. So I implement refeeds and diet breaks with my clients to keep their strength up in the gym so we can keep pushing it heavy, keep maximizing. Also, I implement them to help with diet adherence. It helps some people mentally, as well as I do it so that we get our hormones and we restore our leptin levels that I talked about, our ghrelin levels, as well as our thyroid levels. So I make my clients, I watch everything. I have them track their macros, and I implement these things on a needed basis based off of how lean we are, how we're feeling, and all of that. And that is like a missing link that I find so many people do is they go on a deficit. Like I said, they take it too low, too fast. They're doing way too much cardio, not prioritizing the strength training. And then all of a sudden, they're just holding low calories and they're hitting a plateau and they don't know where to go from there. So these diet breaks, these refeeds, they help with diet adherence, energy, all of that. Before I go into my 5th tip on 5 ways to get long-term sustainable fat loss, overcome fat loss plateaus, I want to see, do you guys have any questions for me? You guys are quiet tonight. I don't know what's going on. Tank's back here. Tank's snoring. I don't know if you guys can see little baby Tank back there, but we're going to be going into tip number 5 right now. And this one, I feel like not a lot of people hit, and it's the gut. And as you guys know, I am huge when it comes to gut health. I had severe SIBO, H. pylori, my liver, my adrenals. I had so many issues. And if you guys haven't checked out my story, I have a whole playlist on my battle with SIBO, H. pylori. I had 15 types of parasites, but I looked pregnant. I was in so much pain. And I truly believe that the gut is linked to the brain. Okay. So when you are on fat loss, if you're getting cravings, low energy, look at your diet. Look at the foods you're putting in your body. Okay. Look at the macronutrients, micronutrients you're getting in your body. And ask yourself this: is this food feeding my body or fueling my mind? And that's one thing I always ask myself. I like to look at my food and my calories coming from things that are going to nourish my body. It's not about just calories in versus calories out. It's also about your body and what it does with those calories. If you're putting in carbohydrates coming from legit just sour candy and straight sugar versus getting your carbohydrates from, your vegetables and adding your healthy fats to get all your fat soluble vitamins and stabilizing your blood sugar levels, you're going to feel fuller longer, satisfied, not get cravings. You're going to give yourself all of the good short chain fatty acids to feed the probiotics in the gut. You're going to help with bowel regularity, all of that, versus just having, say, the same amount of carbohydrates, but coming from our candy over here. That is sugar. It is going to inflame your body, spike your insulin levels, which is our fat storage hormone. So I'm not saying don't have carbs or don't do sugar, or don't do this. I am saying find the balance. Look at your diet in terms of quality protein, quality fats, variety of fruits and vegetables, but making sure you're getting in at each meal that carb, the fat, the protein, and eating foods that make your body feel good. Because when it comes down to it, everybody's body is different. What works for me may not work for you. So with my clients, I like to see what they're eating. And then I have them track in an app to where I could see everything. And I'll put the app below, guys, because anyone can use the app. It's amazing. But I have them track in the app, and then I'm able to go in there because they have me as their advisor, and I'm able to see what they're eating and say, okay, you know what? Let's swap out this. That way we're making small changes that are benefiting more of, oh my God, Elizabeth, I feel less bloated. I have more energy. My brain feels better. Oh my God, I lost like 3 pounds of gas and bloating, and I'm going to the bathroom now. So prioritize gut health. Prioritize eating things that make you feel good. It's so easy now in the bodybuilding industry to look at, things that say keto, gluten-free, but then you look at the ingredients and you see all the sugar alcohols. You see just all the extra. And my favorite thing is when they put the sugar in there and they cut down so they could put less sugar in there. But then they put like 4 sweeteners in there and they put a ton in there, which all affect your insulin. And then you're just having all this stuff that's spiking your sweet and making you crave more. It's our food industry. Our food industry is very addictive, which is why I typically try to stick to more of a whole food diet to nourish my body. So I hope that these were so helpful. I want to answer your guys' questions. So let's go through. I want you guys to ask me any questions, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and I have some things that I want to share with you as well. So whole thing, if you're going for fat loss, if you've worked with a coach in the past or you've done your own diet, a few things. Don't go too low on calories too fast. Start small. You can always adjust, okay? Number 2, look at your training. Prioritize the strength training, progressive overload. Don't overdo cardio. Number 3, you want to work on foods for gut health. Look at the foods that you're eating and prioritize getting things in that are going to support your hormones in your body versus just fuel the mind. Also, the next one that we were talking about was implementing diet breaks and refeeds to keep with adherence as well as overcoming plateaus and keep us from hitting them. And then the very last one, I think I only said 4, but the last one was stress, sleep, and those were just very related. And I'll dive into those really, really fast because I know I forgot to say them. But stress and sleep, if you're not getting enough sleep, your body's circadian code, your gut microbiome, everything resets. Not enough sleep. I like to aim for around 7 to 9 hours a night. If you're getting under that, it's going to affect you. it's going to affect your cortisol levels. It's going to affect fat loss 100%. So prioritize your sleep. If you have a struggle getting a sleep, I like to take magnesium before bed. I have one that I use that tastes incredible. I will put free shipping below for you guys. I stack that with another one that I will put below for you called the night tea. And it's just a few different herbs like GABA, tryptophan in there, just to help slow down your mind so you're able to calm your mind, fall asleep, and stay asleep. And then magnesium too is the most lactic mineral in the body. Other few sleep tips that I do, I get an eye mask. I sleep in complete darkness. And then if you have a hard time falling asleep, trying to keep your dinner a few hours away from bed so that you're not just ramped up, ready to go. But prioritize your sleep and get that stress down, because those two all affect fat loss. And that's what I do. I look at it as a trifecta for all my clients. And it's just, when you bring everything together, it's incredible. I love it. But I want to see, do you guys have any questions for me? I know we got people on here. You guys are so quiet tonight. I do want to share with you guys, I'm over here. I'm in Miami, Florida, and it is very, very, very hot right now. And with summer coming around, I actually have a fun recipe for you guys. So I love something cold, something to make me feel, I love popsicles. I'll be honest. I love popsicles, but I don't like all the ingredients in them. So what I've been making is, you guys see me talk about these all the time. I'm obsessed with LMNT. These electrolytes I do when I'm fasted. I do the raw, unflavored ones in my fasted state every single morning. I put them in my water. I take them training. They do not break a fast. So if you guys are doing intermittent fasting and you've seen my fasting playlist, I have a whole playlist on intermittent fasting. I do the raw electrolytes fasted, and then I do the chocolate ones at night in my hot chocolate. And I have a whole hot chocolate recipe on my page called my 2-minute easy protein hot chocolate. Delicious. But my whole point, these, when you are going through hot weather, if you're training hard, if you're fasting, low carb, whatever it is, your body needs your key electrolytes. You may realize sometimes you're drinking a ton of water, it's going right through you, yet you still don't feel like your thirst is being quenched, because you need potassium, magnesium, and sodium. And like I said, if you're doing low carb, keto, you're sweating a lot, training hard, if you're not replenishing your electrolytes, oh my God. I was for so long restricting my sodium, all of that, when I was going through my eating disorder. And I was just afraid to have salt. And I had no energy. Gosh, I had my first packet of these. My headaches went away. I felt like the Energizer Bunny. And these are game changer with summer coming around, because what I do is I love the raspberry one. I got the big box. And what I do is I make popsicles. So there's no sugar in them. There's a little bit of stevia. You're getting all of your electrolytes, your magnesium, potassium, sodium, which help with cravings, headaches, fatigue, energy. This is like a pre-workout, guys. It's not pre-workout. It is what your body needs versus going toward a pre-workout that has like all these extra things in there that are just, I don't know, fuel your body to feel its best versus putting something in it for the moment. That's what I believe in. So what I do is you just get your water, you add in your electrolytes to it. There's tons of flavors. You can do the citrus. They just launched their limited edition grapefruit. I am getting that one in. I want to make grapefruit popsicles, but you just throw them in with water. You can get those little popsicle holders, and then you can put fresh fruit in there, and they're delicious. You're going to have no sugar. Right here. You're going to get 0 fat, 2 grams of carbs, 0 grams of protein, 0 sugar. It's salt, magnesium, stevia, natural flavor. That's it. And then the raw ones, like I said, have nothing in it. So if you're looking for something for summer to kind of keep you hydrated, try these out. If you guys want to try them out, I will put my link below. I got a whole discount for you guys. If you guys order through my link, you can get a free 8 sample pack with purchase. So like I said, my favorites are the raspberry. I love the watermelon salt one for popsicles. You can do it with some blueberries, some mint, and a little bit of lime inside your popsicle. and then the grapefruit ones right now that are limited edition. And if you guys try any of them out, let me know. I love to hear how you guys love them, how you guys like these popsicles. And then you could even do with the chocolate one. The chocolate's, you can make like a coconut milk as your base, put your chocolate electrolytes in there, and even throw in your collagen. And I'll put the chocolate one below. So good. And what you do, mix it all up, put it in it, freeze it, and then you have a healthy treat when you want something. So just wanted to share like a fun little swap for popsicles for the summer that makes you feel good, or you could just throw it in water and just keep it easy. But I don't know. I'm really loving these lives, guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time tonight to join me and Baby Tank. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys have any questions about coaching, I will put all my stuff in the description below. I truly just want to help people reach their goals. It is my passion. That's it. It's my passion. And I just want everyone to feel their best self. And for so long, I didn't. And there's so much information out there, and we tend to go things, like I said, that are like gluten-free and this and this. And I just want to give you guys everything I went through, what I do with my clients, so you guys could see all the different ways of looking at health and try different things out that you may think would be best fit for you and see how your body responds. But everything that I believe in is going towards gut health, immune support, anti-inflammatory, and just feeling your best self naturally. You're not going to get any crazy, gourmet things here. You're going to get simple, whole foods, down to the science, hormones, me beast mode, because that's what I truly believe in. So I love you guys. I hope you guys have an incredible Monday. Again, thank you for joining me. I will see you next week at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, I save all of these for you guys. Make sure you are subscribed with the bell notification on. Every Wednesday is a new workout at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Sunday is a new nutrition topic. We're doing gut health right now, protein. I have so many. I have over 120 videos of education. So find a playlist, fasting, digestion, what I eat in a day. Click binge watch. Let me know if you guys have questions, and let me know if you ever have any requests on my topics, okay? I love you guys. I hope you guys have an incredible night. Bye.